Bolus is broken down food that is formed by the mechanical digestion, which is your teeth, tongue, saliva, and the saliva enzyme called amylase. This enzyme breaks down the carbohydrate. The saliva helps food more down your throat because it makes the bolus damp so that it can go down your throat. After the bolus is chewed and swallowed, it goes through the pharynx. Then the bolus will pass the epiglottis. Then it will go down the esophagus. There is a process called peristalsis in the esophagus. Peristalsis helps food down your throat by your muscles of the esophagus.
Before entering the stomach, the food has to go through a ring of muscle called the sphincter. In the stomach, there is a very acidic juice called gastric juice. Gastric juice contains hydrochloric acid and pepsin that breaks down protein in your stomach. The walls of the stomach are lined with mucus to protect the stomach from getting damaged by the acid. The small intestine is covered with villi to help increase the rate at which nutrients are absorbed. At the first 25 centimeters, pancreatic juices and bile from the gallbladder are entering the small intestine. After the first 25 centimeters, absorption takes place. This process takes about 5 to 6 hours. Bile aids digestion in the small intestine. The pancreas produces digestive juices and insulin plus other hormones to do with digestion. The large intestine is the absorption of water, bacteria, and vitamin K. The rectum stores waste and unwanted nutrients until it's ready to be eliminated by the anus.
Before the air goes to the pharynx, the air is cleaned by cilia in your nose. The cilia filters the air once it enters through the nose. The air is also warmed and moistened. After the air gets cleaned, warmed, and moistened, it goes to the epiglottis, into the larynx, which is your voice box of your body. Then the air will travel down the trachea. The trachea is lined with C-shaped cartilage that keeps the trachea in its shape. The filtered air then goes to your lungs through two bronchi. The air will then go into little branches called bronchioles, which then branch into little alveoli. This is where gas exchange takes place in the alveoli. The air will slowly diffuse into the red blood cells, which take the air to the heart.
There is plasma, white blood cells, red blood cells, platelets, and oxygen. The heart is a huge part of your circulatory system. Oxygenated blood travels back to the heart, which is the left atrium. The blood will then come back through the pulmonary veins, through the valves to the left ventricle, passes other valves through the aorta, arteries, and capillaries. In the body where gas exchange takes place, oxygen is now entering the body and carbon dioxide is leaving the body. After gas exchange takes place in the alveoli, veins will bring blood low in oxygen back to the heart, through the superior and inferior vena cavas into the right atrium, through more valves to the right ventricle, through again more valves to the pulmonary artery, which capillaries bring blood into the lungs. The left side is bigger because the left side pumps blood. Arteries carry blood away from the heart, whereas veins carry blood to the heart. The difference between the atrium and ventricles are bigger than the atrium because the aorta moves blood from the body into the heart, and ventricles pump blood out of the heart. Oh my god.